feel like I'm in one of the hardest and weirdest transition phases of my life right now. I think other people underestimate how emotionally exhausting it is to try and rebuild your life from scratch. Some days I feel really hopeful about my future, and other days I feel completely overwhelmed about how I'm going to even get there. I have been applying to a lot of different jobs lately, and I just keep getting rejection email after rejection email after rejection email. It is a very defeating process. A lot of jobs that I am very qualified for, if not overqualified for, get denied. They're not even coding jobs. They're jobs where I'm underqualified, and it just gets kicked back, and it's unfortunate because they have these entry-level positions that they're advertising, but then they want 2 to 4 years of experience. How do you get experience for an entry-level position if you can't get hired for said entry-level position? I just don't get it. After a while, it makes you start to question yourself. I know I'll find a job eventually, and I really hope that I can stumble upon a coding job before I have to go and find something else that I don't want to be doing. I don't want to find myself back in that vicious cycle of just getting a job to get by. I'm trying all my side quests. I'll get into that eventually in this video, but it's just a lot, and it's very taxing on your brain. I think the hardest part for me right now is me and John are both looking for new jobs. Granted, he's still working and I'm doing all my stuff, but he's consistently getting callbacks and phone interviews and these people telling him to call back within 30 days of him moving to Kentucky, and he's so excited to talk about it and share it with me, and I want to be involved in that part of his life because he's been working the same job for the last 15 years, and I know he's so excited to change his career and go a different direction, but sometimes it's just a little, I don't know, like a slap in the face sometimes, I guess, when he's like constantly bragging. It feels like he's bragging about all of the places that called him back or want to have him in for an interview and whatnot, and I'm over here like, yep, and I got my 9th rejection email of the day. Sorry, we went with somebody else that was more qualified, and it's just really defeating. It's really hard to want to support your spouse and your partner when they're also trying to move up in life and do more and change careers, and you're both not moving at the same pace. I mean, we're kind of moving at the same pace, but it's not happening the same way for both of us, if that makes sense. I am genuinely happy for him, though. I am so happy that he's getting all of these opportunities and offers, and I'm so excited for him, and I can't wait to see which job he actually picks and which one he sticks with and chooses to take on when he moves. I just hope he knows that it's not resentment towards him, it's just frustration towards myself. Not working for a couple months and running out of money is just not ideal in this day and age, and it's really taxing on your brain. Trying to support someone while you're quietly I can see a hair somewhere on my face right here. It's really hard to try and support someone sometimes when you're quietly struggling yourself. At times you start to feel like something's wrong with you when you're not making any progress, you're not making any steps forward. At the end of the day, it will come with time, and what's meant to happen will happen when it's meant to happen. And most importantly, you can be happy for someone else and sad for yourself at the same time. They can coexist together in the same thought in your brain. I have always wanted to make a side hustle or extra income online. It has always been something I've been passionate about researching. I have just never jumped on the bandwagon until now. I have looked into like every which possible way you can go about it, and I have started making a couple of digital products. I am designing some clothing and some other products on Printify that I'm going to have in my Etsy store. I'm also going to have, that's going to be like t-shirts, mugs, sweatshirts, hats, keychains, whatever you can think of. My Etsy store is also going to have digital products, so I'm making like birthday cards and invitations to different events. So if people want to purchase invitations that I design, you can change like the wording on them or the color scheme or whatever and make it their own. We'll have that option. And I really enjoy like making all of this stuff, so that's the biggest thing for me right now, is that I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm having fun while I'm doing it. The other really fun thing that I'm doing at least a couple days a week is making coloring books and publishing them on Amazon KDP, and I have been having loads of fun with that. I am currently working on one right now about geese. You know how all over TikTok people have like the porch goose and they're all dressing them up, they all have little outfits and hats, and yeah, so I'm making a kawaii style goose coloring book with all different kinds of sayings, you know, ADHD, cozy, cottagecore, you name it. It's just all different kinds of stuff. And I haven't sold any coloring books yet because I haven't promoted them, but I'm still playing around with like how I want them to look. So I have 2 that I have to fix. I have another one on its way, and I love it. I'm having so much fun. So if you're looking for some side hustle to do, definitely look into how to start making coloring books to publish on Amazon KDP. I didn't put my name on any of them yet. I was thinking of coming up with a pseudonym or a pen name for my coloring books, just because I want to have that as like a separate thing than my kids' books that I'm publishing. Because once I publish a couple books, you know, I might want to publish a young adult or even an older book, a memoir one day, maybe. Who knows? I have a lot to talk about. One thing I do know though is that I will never ever allow anybody to be in charge of me financially 100% anymore. What I mean by that is I will never only work a job where I have to depend on somebody else and their decisions as to whether or not I'm going to be making money. So, you know, like corporate, like medical coding. Yes, I want to do that full time, but I'm also going to keep doing this stuff on the side. I'm going to keep building my YouTube channel and talking to you guys and sharing my life with you. I'm going to keep making digital products and promoting them and trying to make an income that way. I'm going to keep making coloring books and writing books and publishing them, and hopefully one day somebody will see something on there and give me a call and we'll be able to make something happen some way, somehow. You know, I have faith. Something's going to happen someday. You know, when you feel like you have a bigger purpose and like you just feel it, you don't know what you're supposed to be doing with your life, but you just feel like you're meant for more. Yeah, I have, and it gets like stronger and stronger every day and more debilitating every day, and it's awful. I'm trying to build a life that feels stable and feels like mine. You know, I don't want to be rich, you know. It would be nice to have money and be comfortable. I do plan on being a millionaire one day. Me and John keep saying we will be millionaires one day, and we will. Keep putting it out there. We will. It'll happen. We'll make it happen. I don't say that in a bad way. It's just the lifestyle that we live and the lifestyle that we want to live is expensive. Horses are expensive. Animals are expensive. If we were millionaires, it would just be so much easier to live our lives the way that we want to. And when we get to that point, I know it's going to be because of all of the hard work that we've put into everything. All of the blood, sweat, and tears. All of the sleepless nights and the crying and the anxiety that people aren't watching my content, but I'm still showing up every day, every week. I want this, so I'm gonna show up until I get it. I am graduating college tonight. There's at least 1,000 people that are graduating with me tonight, so it's gonna be a long night. I think they're anticipating like 2.5 hours long, so it'll be cool. Haven't done anything like this since 2012, so that was when I graduated high school. I am very proud of myself. I am very excited that I was able to make this happen. You know, I always preached and said that I was never going to go back to school. I would never go back to college. That was never going to happen, ever. And here we are, 29 years old. I decided to go back to college for medical billing and coding, which I had never thought about in like 28 years of my life, until one day I just stumbled upon it on the internet, and then my mother-in-law was talking about it because she does medical billing and coding, and it just seemed like the right fit for what I want to do in my future. You know, when we have kids, I want to homeschool them, and working from home will make that possible. Or having a remote job like medical billing and coding will make that possible. So I kind of wanted to set myself up and John up so that we could do that. And, you know, there's a lot of ways to keep moving up and continue your education when it comes to medical billing and coding. I have to get a certain amount of continuing education credits every year. They're called CEUs. So that'll be fun to start doing. I can go to conferences and get credits that way. So it'll be exciting learning more about that community and getting more involved. I just really want to get a job. Thing about graduating tonight, you're supposed to be excited to tell your friends and your family, and I made a choice, and I did not tell my brother about graduating tonight. I'm sure he'll see the pictures when we post them on Facebook tomorrow or later tonight. And honestly, I hope it hurt his feelings. I hope he reaches out to me and says something about it. But I don't think he will. The reason why I didn't tell him is because, one, he would either not answer. He would either answer way too late and say that he has something else going on or he has to work or whatever. He'll have some excuse like he always does. Or he would just bail last minute. So what is the point of continuing to reach out and try to involve him in my life if he clearly... And I wish that we had the kind of relationship that other siblings have. I wish that we were closer. I wish we talked. I wish that we spent more time together. For fuck's sake, he lives literally 8 minutes down the road from us and don't even see him. Yeah, I could make more of an effort to go over there too, but sometimes the emotional distance happens over time. You don't know when, but eventually you notice it. And life is short, and you should want to make amends and be in people's lives, but how many times do you have to continuously put yourself out there and beg and plead to be in somebody's life? You can only be disappointed and let down so many times, especially when it's your family. You know what they say, you can't choose your family. Excited, we're graduating tonight. I guess my science, I got an associate in science, so there's associate in science, associate in arts, associate in whatever, and the science department that's graduating tonight has the most people in it, so that's exciting. And I think I'm going to be getting a sash to wear that's for having honors, because I made the dean's list every semester. Not to toot my own horn, but never did that in high school, so that's a pretty big accomplishment for me. I have been doing morning vlogs while I feed the horses Monday through Friday for the past couple weeks, and I am coming to the conclusion that it is too much. It's too much for me right now, and it's not getting the kind of traction that I was hoping it would get. It is, but it isn't, so I'm kind of restructuring the way that I'm going to be doing that. So I'll be posting my morning vlogs with the horses on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, but I'm going to start filming the day before, the morning before, so that I have at least 24 hours to edit, because it takes me a little while. If I just sat down in a different room quietly by myself, I could probably edit it quicker, but I usually edit in between things when I'm doing different tasks at the same time, so it takes me a little while. So this way I can at least spread it out a little bit longer. I don't have to be as rushed, and I can actually post my morning vlogs in the morning when I want to post them, because I don't want to keep posting them at the end of the day or in the afternoon when the morning's already over. I know you can see content at literally any time of day, whatever, but I want to post my morning vlogs in the morning. I want you to be driving to work or sipping your coffee on your porch and watching my morning vlog, not on your lunch break watching my morning vlog. It's not, it's fine, but whatever. So I'm also going to be adding a piece of value to it. I always start my videos it's time, my four-legged therapists are hungry again, let's go feed them. And then I don't talk the rest of the video. So I'm going to do a voiceover afterwards, and it's just gonna be something of value to my audience. The one I did yesterday was about healing and how I heal when I'm out there with the animals and this, that, and the third. And it's just so much easier, and healing in peace and with your animals and what makes you happy, it's just a different... I'm talking in circles. I don't know where I was going with that, but so I don't want to burn myself out with doing this. That's why I'm going to cut it. I'm going to scale it back a little bit right now, and focus more on my editing. As far as TikTok shop goes, I can't let it consume my life anymore. I never got it to the point where I wanted to get it, and I burnt myself out. I was making 10 to 15 videos a day, TikTok shop items on top of filming other content. It just got to the point where I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm still doing TikTok shop, just not at the capacity that I was. Right now I'm just kind of getting samples for products that I know that I'll use and I think I'll like. I'm trying to secure as many pet products as I can, you know, all of my cat toys that I get, my litter boxes, my kitty litter, all my dog treats, everything you can think of pet related. I've been getting free samples on TikTok, so it's convenient because I don't have to go out and buy these things for my animals and I can use them daily. So it's nice to be able to still have that option. I'm just not pouring my heart and soul into it like I did before because I want to explore these other avenues of income streams that I can do. I also got a new tripod for outside and it is chef's kiss. It is the nicest tripod I have ever had. It's really hard to become a healthier version of yourself when you're still in the environment that nearly broke you. I definitely feel emotionally stuck. I have for a long time, you know, living with your parents your whole life and never really experiencing being on your own or doing anything like that. It really sucks. And then like now I'm trying to build businesses and grow on my own and figure out who I am, but I can't go anywhere or do anything because I don't have any money and can't find a job. I'm trying. It's a lot. Mentally, it's a lot. I just want a fresh start. I'm ready for my fresh start, and I know it's coming soon, just not soon enough. Like I'm so happy that John is going to Kentucky in July, but there's a really big part of me that wishes that I was going, obviously, but I need that break. I need that start. I'm ready to start my life, and we're ready to start our future. And ADHD diagnosis too has been taking a toll on me. You know, I try to share with the important people in my life the way that it affects me and the way it makes me feel and the challenges that I face because of it, and it kind of seems like people don't take me seriously and they don't think that I actually have ADHD. You know, I got good grades in school growing up. I didn't present the way that normal kids did that had ADHD, you know. I liked school, so I did well in school, but looking back now, I can see, you know, they always said that I talked too much on my report cards, and I was a yapper. I have been a yapper my whole life, and I probably will be a yapper the rest of my life because that's just what I enjoy doing. If you could be a professional yapper, that's me. I'm your gal. ADHD affects your life more than people realize, and I don't think I truly realize how much it has affected my life up until now. Like, it has just been debilitating in a sense. Truly has been. There's days where I just can't even get anything done because I am so in such an ADHD paralysis where I just sit there and make a list and try to think of which thing I should do first, and I need to stop. And I'm trying to do research and figure out the ways to properly train my brain to work right and not stress myself out. And I was seeing I should delegate certain tasks, you know, only give myself a certain amount of time to do a task. So if I needed to, say, vacuum downstairs or clean the bathroom, you have 30 minutes to clean the bathroom. So from this time to this time, set an alarm, 30 minutes is up, you're done. I need to start structurizing some things for myself a little bit more. I think the thing that hurts the most is constantly feeling misunderstood when you're really trying your hardest. I try so hard every day, and most of the time it doesn't feel good enough. It never feels good enough to me, so it's just a really shitty fucking feeling. But that's why I am so looking forward to moving to Kentucky, because it's not just a reset, it's a whole new fresh start. New restaurants, new places to go, new people, new faces. Maybe we'll go to church. I don't know. But it's not just a physical move. It's a chance to totally reset mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. And I'm so excited. We're so excited. There's a really big part of me that needs a completely different environment to figure out who the fuck I actually am. It's okay. And I'm ready for it. I am here for it. Oh, a little side note. I started watching Off Campus on Amazon Prime. Oh my god, if you guys haven't watched that yet, ladies. It's a hockey romance based off of a book series. And I'm so sad that I didn't read the books yet, but now I definitely have to go back and read them because well done. It was so well done. And I watched Tell Me Lies on Hulu, and that was really good too, but it was so toxic. This one is actually adorable, and it is just produced so well. Like, it was great. I loved it. I loved it. I can't wait till season 2 comes out. I've definitely learned that growth is not exciting while it's happening. It feels really shitty a lot of the time, and it feels like you're failing always, but you're not. You're actually growing. You're learning more about yourself every day, and you are becoming who you're meant to be. Sometimes it feels uncomfortable, uncertain, lonely, and really sad until it starts to feel worse. I definitely don't have everything figured out yet, but I am continuing to put one foot in front of the other and keep taking steps forward every day to be the best version of myself and figure out who I am and what I truly want out of this life. As I say every week, I am not a perfect person, and this is not a perfect page, but if anything I've said today resonates with you, hit subscribe, give us a comment, let me know where you're watching from, what you want me to talk about next week. If you like what I'm talking about, I don't know, I'm just talking about my life, and I'm hoping that people can relate to what I talk about. So I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.